Hello, friends. It's Tracy here at Country Charm by Tracy. Today, I am sharing some autumn crafts and DIYs that you can make and sell for 2026. Let's go ahead and get started. This is my Autumn Blessings tin can decor using a faux lighted candle. That is what I like to do, and they're very popular in my shop. So I wanted to share how I did the autumn one. All right, so the can is a 28-ounce can. I have a smooth edge can opener that I get those lids off, and so for some added texture, I just have a brown lunch bag that I cut off the bottom part of it and then crumpled it up to give it a little bit more texture, and then just adhering that just with Mod Podge all the way around. So I let that dry completely. Then I'm going to paint this can burnt orange, and that is Americana. And so I give it a coat of that. That empty ribbon roll, that is something that I have from my when I do wreaths and stuff like that. And those they fit nicely in those cans, and that gives me some height for my styrofoam and for my florals and stuff. All right, so then while my can is drying, I just have my little print here, God's blessings bloom here. And like I like to do, I just, tore around the edges and then taking my vintage photo distress ink, then going around, giving it some distressing so everything blends in together. I kind of have that jagged edge that I like to do. So we're going to go ahead and start working on our can again. And so I just have my wispy brush and just some antique white paint, and I'm just going and just giving a little bit of I don't know, just interest around the can. And then I'm going to take, once that dries, then I take my Kiehl's Dark Wax and I go in and give it a little bit of distressing. I also added some of my distressing spray on it just to give it a little bit, but it really didn't show up. The Kiehl's Dark Wax actually does the best for me, but I just wanted to pass that along if someone is interested. All right, so then to attach the label to my can, I'm just using my Tite Bond Thick and Quick and just hot glue. And so then now I want to make this little can a bucket. And so I'm just using my crocodile to put two holes on the side. And then I put I do this before I put all of my stuff inside so that I can get my crocodile in there, my little hole puncher, just to punch through this can. And then for a little extra pizzazz, I'm giving it a coat of the Glitter Blast. This is diamond dust, and so I have that linked in my Amazon store if you're interested. So I go ahead and put that empty roll in there. Now this is the wire, and I'm just using a wine cork to act as the little handle. And so I just have it in two pieces so that once I get all my flowers in there, then I will attach everything together. But first, I have to add some Excelsior because I do love my Excelsior. Then I start adding in just different florals that I have on hand. And just for my candle, I have these little ornaments that I picked up from Hobby Lobby, I don't know, last year or whatever. They work great for little pedestals. And so those little orange faux candles are from the fall section over at Hobby Lobby. This beautiful autumn decor is using this wood pitcher from the Rust Covered Cottage by Christina. This is a kit. It comes with the little flowers, little daisies, but I'm just using the wood pitcher itself. I'm just putting on some antique gel. I wanted a little bit darker, so I went in and just gave it a coat of chocolate paint. This is Dixie Belle chocolate paint. Then I thought I was going to do the crackle technique, so that's why I put on the school glue, but I changed my mind mid-project because I wanted to use some of the essential stencil autumn flowers to adhere to the front of my picture, and so I did not want that residue to be on there because my transfers do not stick quite as well. So I just make sure that my uh, surface is kind of completely free of that kind of thing. And so there's a little tip for you. If you're new to rub on transfers, just make sure that you don't have any Mod Podge or any kind of glue or anything like that on your surface to get a solid hold. And so for the essential stencil transfers, I'm using the autumn flowers, and those are my affiliate link is in the description box below. I am a brand ambassador. I love working with these transfers because they adhere very well and they are very high end, high quality. And so the difference between a transfer and a sticker or a decal is a decal or sticker kind of sticks up off your project. A transfer, it just kind of melts into my surface. It gives it a very hand painted natural look. And so I go ahead and I adhere that, just kind of positioning, cutting out the flowers that I want on this whole piece right here. And then I kick it up a notch, give it a little bit of extra pizzazz because like I say, the beauty is in the details. So I give it it kills a dark wax just to give it a little bit of shading. I also use my stickles just to give it a little bit of pizzazz with some sparkle on it. And then to seal it, what I do is I just use a spray sealer like this one right here. I just give it a spray sealer once my project is completely done. But before I do that, I want to kind of share how I made the floral pocket in the back. Now, I just use some of these large tumbling tower blocks. Now, I got this can on sale at Walmart several years ago. They were kind of clearancing out their like kids' toys or that kind of thing. And so I was like, I can use those in my crafts. So I kind of made a box in the back, kind of like a U shape. And then I just put an array of flowers in there. Probably got these from Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree, that kind of thing. Then to attach everything together, I used one of these 8x10 wood panels. I get these from Amazon. I stained it with the antique gel or either Waverly wax, that kind of thing, and attached my picture to that. And I made a hand lettered tag that said welcome fall, made a cute little bow to go on the side, put a jute hanger on the back, and this decor piece is just adorable. It will carry you all the way through fall until the Christmas season starts. This decor piece is using this frame. Now pick this up on clearance at Hobby Lobby. I love shopping at their selection when they mark down these frames because I flip them and create some beautiful decor in it. So guys, I am highlighting my advice from a Scarecrow girl for this project. But real quick, what I did to attach that homespun, I just used the Mod Podge heat transfer method and my little Cricut mini heat press. And so the homespun is from jubileefabric.com. I'll have a link for that in the description box below. Now, my little advice from a Scarecrow girl, this is a printable that I have exclusively over in my shop over at countrycharmbytracy.com. And I wanted to share how you can create a beautiful decor with these printables. Not just this one, just to inspire you and just to give you ideas, because printables and decor are so popular. And so my advice from a Scarecrow girl says, stand tall, even when the winds try to blow you over. Be a good listener. Let your heart be kind. Stuff yourself with gratitude every day. Welcome everyone like an old friend. Find joy in the simple things. Always believe in miracles. Keep your face to the sunshine. And remember, God is with you in every season. Absolutely. So guys, what I did is I just printed it out on regular copier paper, and then I just tear around the edges and just give it the aged look. I just add some distress ink, and this is vintage photo, and then it all blends in together, and it just really looks like it's meant, like the paper like that. I do love these two sealers sealers that I put on my printables to prevent bleeding. One is I will have them linked in the description box below. One is a glitter blast. I do love to add a little bit of sparkle to my printables. And so the next layer that I did is I just use another pattern of the homespun, and then and to attach that, I just used my spray adhesive, and then layered on my little advice from a Scarecrow girl. I did use my distress ink to go around some of the lettering just to make it pop, give it a little bit more pizzazz with my Stickles glitter gel. Now I get this from Amazon and just put it on with a little paintbrush. All right, so I wanted to give this frame a more rustic look, so I'm using these giant craft sticks that I pick up at Walmart, just giving it some antique wax stain. I cut them down, make them look a little jagged, little ragged kind of thing, and so then I just attach that all the way around my frame. I just wanted to add a little bit of dry brushing to the rustic frame just to give it a little bit more interest, so I'm just using my little wispy brush and some antique white paint, just going through and just giving a little bit of dry brushing. Then for the corners of the decor piece, I'm using these large tacks or nails. I picked these up on Amazon, but I wanted a more golden look. I didn't have those. These are a little bit dark, so I just pulled out my gold rub and buff and just added that to those nails, and that worked beautifully. For the little swag at the top of my decor piece, I just pulled out some pit berries that had some little pumpkins in it that I had on hand. I added some florals. I added some fabric to the top. Just attach all of that together, and I absolutely love how this advice from a Scarecrow decor piece turned out. These little decor projects are very popular for me. My customers seem to love them. So I wanted to share kind of what I do, give you my options of what I have available if you would like to create some for yourself to make and sell at craft shows, on Etsy, or wherever you sell. These are just some of my ideas. All right, so these wood panels are 5x5 blocks that I get from Amazon, and I just stain them with antique wax Waverly. I'm just using a baby wipe to adhere that. And then I'm going to be making kind of like a shadow box for these little decor pieces. And so what I did is I adhered some homespun to the inside of the panels. And so I just used the Mod Podge heat transfer method. It was a little tricky because this is just such a small space, but I got my little mini Cricut iron in there and then attached that. Now, for the little printables, these are something that I have in my shop over at countrycharmedbytracy.com. These are my little Scarecrow thankful prints that I have. They are already measured out for you for this project like this. And so since this is a shadow box, I wanted a little bit of dimension. And so I am using Silly Winks, which is like fun foam. I use the thicker one. And so this is the only color that I had on hand at the time of filming this segment of this video, but I probably would have used the darker brown, but I wanted to get this done. And so this tan color works great as well, but to tie all of it in with the little, printable and the rustic fall theme, I would just have used the darker brown. Okay, so then to kind of give it a little bit of interest, I have these flat tacks or nails that I got from Amazon. So I attach those to the corners, and then I cut off the tip of the nail on the back because it was too long. And so I just adhered those down really well just with my Tight Bond thick and quick glue, and then I attached those to my little shadow box. I made a cute little bow at the top using some just some of my fun things that I like to use. And this is just adorable. And then I made a little mason jar candle, a faux candle that goes with it that has some homespun It is filled with polka pods. I have grapevine around it. It has a faux fall colored little faux candle that is battery operated, and it just absolutely turned out adorable. I'm selling these as a set over in my shop if you're interested in that. But I wanted to kind of share just different ideas if you make and sell your crafts as well. This little pumpkin patch project is using a little recycling, repurposing, as well as kind of doing something a little different of something that I made a few years ago. Now, I'm going to be using this pocket from jeans that were tattered, and I'm going to cut them down, and I want to have a little bit of the top at the top so that I can glue everything down. I'm going to be adding some jute rope there to have something for it to hang. But what I'm doing is I am repurposing these ribbon pumpkins that I did a few years ago. And real quick, this is how I made them. I had this 2.5-inch check ribbon. I think I got that from like Joann's craft store. Gosh, I sure do miss that store. Anyway, I had that. And so I went ahead and I made some ribbon pumpkins, and I just used a cinnamon stick for the stem. I added some pitberry and just some different burlap and all that kind of stuff. And so they were so fun. But of course, back then I was just making a lot of things just for ideas, and I packed them in a tote. And so now that I have my little online shop, I'm trying to reuse some of the things that I had packed away, nice and, cozy, and repurpose it and turning it into some beautiful decor. And I'm so appreciative that so many of my sweet friends have become customers in my little shop. All right, so to stiffen up my jean pocket here a little bit, I'm just using Stiffen Quick. I spray that a couple of times just to give it a little bit more stiffness. So I'm just going to be putting some different things in this pocket, and I added a little printable on the outside of the pocket. I'm not quite really happy with it, but anyway, it is what it is. But again, there is just beauty in creating, and I just wanted to make a pumpkin patch in this blue jean pocket, and I hope that I've given someone some inspiration. Didn't all of these autumn projects just turn out adorable? Guys, I hope that I have given you some inspiration to make and sell things for yourself or for your shop. Guys, the fun continues with my friend Leah over at Make All the Things with Me. I'll have her channel link and video in the description box below. Check out her channel. She has amazing ideas, and I love doing this collaboration with her. All right, guys, have a great day. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.